The Birmingham Food Revolution is here. Meet some of the local food legends at the forefront of the revolution.
So Anne, tell me where we are today and what we're doing here.
We're at Christchurch Summerfield in their Memorial Hall for Place of Welcome and also for Incredible Surplus food sharing.
And what happens at a place of welcome?
They were set up originally to make sure that asylum seekers and refugees were welcomed. But what many of us realised on the steering group was, where do you go if you haven't got much money? You know, what do you do if for whatever reason you're not at work, you're a carer, you might be out of work, you might be ill. Where can you go where you don't need money and you will get a welcome? And at the very basic, you will get a cup of tea and a biscuit. But obviously we like to think that our place of welcome is one of the better ones where you're going to get lots more. And we're just trying to develop the whole sharing concept. So we supply the food from various distribution centres, supermarkets, people who've got too much food, who want it used up. But also what's happened now is many people bring things that they no longer need or bring things that they'd like to share. So, and people are sharing skills as well as items of clothing or DVDs or whatever. But the idea behind Place of Welcome is to, you know, be respectful to every person and acknowledge that everyone has something to give and to share. And, you know, if we share, we all have more in the end.
Yeah, wonderful. Tell me a little bit more about the work of Incredible Surplus.
So we basically collect surplus. So we're not a food bank and we're not a charity. We're a community interest company. And our aim really is to make sure that food that could be eaten by somebody does not ever go in a bin or get incinerated. So we collect the food or get it delivered. We check it over to make sure it's safe to eat. And we then distribute it 6 days a week at various places across Birmingham and Solihull. And the idea behind it is we're an environmental waste project. But if you say that, most people just glaze over.
Sure.
But in reality, it's just circular economy in action, really. It just makes sure nothing gets wasted, people eat it. You know, we also have food for animals, but then we also have a project called Compost Culture that is developing our composting and our growing.
Lovely. And how did you get involved?
I think I had been diagnosed with cancer at 49, and once I'd had some treatment, I'd always worked. I'd been a teacher in the inner city, so I just needed something to do, somewhere to go. I needed to get out, and I found this project, and it fitted very well with my own principles. It's predominantly volunteers. It's making sure that things don't get wasted. And also I meet a lot of lovely people who want to help and are doing something really practical. I mean, what excites me about Incredible Surplus and Compost Culture and Places of Welcome, all of these people are doing that. They're making people welcome. They're making sure that things don't get wasted. They're recycling things. They're growing things in our allotments. So we're also moving more towards making sure that we let people know where they can go to get a meal. Our aim as well is to give out far more fresh food because that's what's better for people in the long run. And once you have built a deep relationship with people, they will be much more acceptable and much more adventurous when you suggest things. And it's a reciprocation. It's not just us saying, oh, you must do this. It's also people saying, I've had this idea, Anne, what do you think? So it's very much a sharing culture.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to do something similar to what you're doing here?
Well, we did help set up, we used to be called the Real Drink Food Project Birmingham, and we did help set up projects in Wolverhampton, in Coventry, in Leicester, various other places, because people came to see what we were doing and then went away. The advice I would give people is, I might look good in a size 10 red dress, but not everyone wants to wear a dress, not everyone's a size 10, not everyone likes red. So the advice I would give is, we want to give the essence of sharing. You need to adapt what you want to do to your situation, to your area, to your place, to your people. And you can start very small. We started incredibly small. I didn't start this project, Gareth and Eileen did. But all I'd say to people is, if you really want to do something, get 3 or 4 people with you and go for it. Talk to ourselves, talk to Food Cycle, talk to the Active Wellbeing Society, talk to the Soil Association. There's lots of groups out there that really want to help people. set up, because you know your area best, you know your people, and that's what's quite important. It's no good trying to lift an idea and sort of force it on people. It's much more important that the essence of the idea is retained and people adapt it to their situation.
What motivates you, Anne? Why do you do what you do?
Because I personally think people need purpose. I need purpose. I need something to get up for. I need something to get out of the house. You know, I have a lovely husband, but I don't want to sit in the house all day looking at him. And I think we all have a need to feel a little bit useful, a little bit important, and this helps many, many people feel that.
It's great. Why do you think Birmingham is ready for a food revolution?
Because I think more and more people are beginning to understand what lots of groups are doing, and are beginning to understand the short, medium and long-term benefits of people eating well, eating together.
Eating together, that's so important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Great, thank you so much. Ann Gallagher, one of our local food legends.
Thank you.